culture, if it's not ancient Arabic nobles or the mystic strand, they don't accept you as a Muslim. But it don't got nothing to do with the religion. It got everything to do with how you use the information to uplift people. Mm-hmm. Right? Some of the best Muslims I met is in the nation, and some of the worst ones I met was born into it in the overseas.
Right.
So you got people like Bilal Phillips, Siraj Hodge, talk bad about Elijah, talk bad about Imam Issa, and at the same time, they trying to be black Arabs. You don't have to stay over here. Get your ass on over there with the Arabs and show you what it is to be a black Arab. You're going to find out when you get there. And then you're going to try to act like it ain't happening. This is the same with Ben and me when he moved to Israel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They don't enjoy the benefits of being over there like the paleface do. But they won't tell us that.
Yeah.
The only melanated ones that got any valuable benefit from the Israeli government was called falashas from the mass exodus, Operation Exodus Mossad plot from the early 80s. We don't even know what happened. Right? Crazy. So they brought the falasha over there and they put them on welfare. They feed them. They don't get the same medical care standard as one of those Khazarians over there or those Sephardi over there. They don't get that kind of treatment. But they still did better than they did with Ben Ami. Right? And he did what I'd say all of them should do. If you don't think that this is where you're supposed to be, take your ass where you belong.
Right.
You don't gotta stay here. But we gonna win. Right? So they use these religions as control measures. Elijah was using the tribal structure.
That's right.
It's just basic tribal structure, and most of us was too blind to see who Claire Muhammad was. But Dr. Cleves knew. That's why he set up the shrine of the Black Madonna across on the other side of town from Temple Number 1 in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Right? He was telling you something. Nation was just reflecting it. Right? For art, that was just the wages for the Muhammad, the worthy one. Because most people don't know the etymology of the word fire. It's the same as the word for. It means the wages to get across the river. Mm-hmm. Right? He's just the mirror. Mm-hmm. Polar opposite. North Gate, South Gate. Right? Iceman to the mother of the South. Use the mirror. Study. Use the mirror. Translate the names. What is he telling you? Claire Muhammad was the one the whole time. She wasn't wanting Mother Khadijah to replace her. Because she got to give her the juice. Can't get the juice from nobody that ain't the one with the juice. Or else you just got secondary juice. But at the end, it all comes forward. Full circle. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. From the Alpha to the Omega.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rod. So overall, on exposing the Smithsonian Institute, what do you think this place? We don't really need the. I don't really need to. I don't personally need to see the artifacts. I know what the deal is now. Like they might have some more stuff to say. Oh, that's interesting. But I don't really care about the artifacts. We already got the truth. We already know, hey, we go back forever on this land.
That ain't for us, bro. Huh? It ain't for us. It's for Dr. Umar.
Go ahead. Oh yeah.
It's for what's the brother with the show on CNN?
Mark.
Martin.
I know you.
Roland Martin. That's who the artifacts is for.
Go ahead.
The artifacts is for Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
For all these other so-called Negro leaders we got. Right? That's who the artifacts for. Those Afrocentric ones.
Yeah.
Right? They got to remember, you got to see what's over here in order to understand where you at. Right? It's for the $5 Indians. It's for the ones that thought we was from somewhere else, and now they about to find out we've been here the whole time.
Damn, I'm telling you, in a cold way.
That's who the artifacts is for. The ones of us that know how to pick a book up and track down leads, we already know what's up.
Yeah.
But you remember, you want to have something from a Negro, put it in the book.
Right.
So I'm not a Negro, so they don't apply to me.
That's crazy. That's crazy because he the guy that study promoting. He's on the other day talking about oh yeah, see they got us, they enslaved us, they took us in the back and they put us in chains, and he want to he want to like wrap that around our mind.
Okay, let's deal with that, Adam. That's what you call victim stancing.
Okay.
You answer every failure with the position of the victim.
Okay.
As long as you continue to be the victim, every story you gonna tell gonna be from the position of the victim.
Yeah, that's how he do it. That's all it is.
But when you rise up and go against the victimizer, you no longer see it the way the victim sees it. Because you can look the beast eye to eye now and you won't buckle or fold. Because that don't got nothing to do with you, what he talking about over there. What got something to do with me is what I'm talking about over here.
Right.
You can tell me I'm from anywhere you want to tell me, but my roots talk to the earth over here and say, baby, you at home.
Yeah.
You just where Big Mama wants you at. Don't leave no stone unturned.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Right? So everywhere I seen the chief, I pointed him out. Right? All these are the stones the builders rejected. I've been building a community in everybody's face, and they didn't even see it happening.
Yeah, it's big too. Big.
You know, I've been initiating unity response in the communities, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, Houston, but people don't see it because they think I'm just on the internet talking.
Yeah.
I done already did so much footwork. I done already talked to Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, Peace Stones, Growth and Development, Black Disciples, Black Gangsters, Satin Disciples, Maniacs. I done talked to them all. I done already did that footwork. Now I'm just trying to inform everybody what to expect.
Hey, this person said they don't follow nobody without a passport. Could you break down what a passport is? Raw is still making them a slave. So
first of all, this is a metaphor. In other words, I'm not following nobody that can't get in the doors we need to get in. Passport is used as a euphemism for being able to get from one place to the other unrestricted.
Go ahead.
So that's a hood saying. You ain't following nobody that ain't qualified to lead. And the passport is the qualification. Right? But at the fundamental level, since you asked the question, driver's license, state IDs, and passports are all the same as free papers for emancipated slaves or slaves with passes off the plantation. But that ain't what she was talking about. She was talking about she ain't following nobody that ain't qualified.
I think that's what she could have been. Or she was talking about a passport with somebody. I heard some people say that. Oh, if you don't got a passport, then he don't know what he's talking about.
You know, but the passport is used as a euphemism, as a metaphor.
Nah, some people they really mean like actual passport.
But that's because everybody don't get the euphemism.
Yeah, I know.
They stuck in literalism. This is why a lot of information get lost in translation. Because when they say pale face speak with forked tongue, they think he lying. He ain't lying. Yeah. He got two agendas coming out his mouth. He got the agenda of the one that sent him, and then he got his own agenda too. Mm-hmm. And the only way you could tell him that is Drink Champs or Mud Hut, Peace Pipe Ceremony. Make them tell the truth. You can't lie to the chief when you chiefing with the chief.
Right.
Can't lie to him. You don't know you lying out the game. Like, why you telling me that bullshit? It sinks you, so you a built-in lie detector. Experience teaches you the best.
Yeah. Shout out that boy, brother. Hey, shout out Chief Brother Love. Yeah, they talk about that same thing on the Stargate. That Raw was just talking about the Stratus jars. They call them Stratus jars on the Stargate movie. How the Najarus were storing their essence inside of these advanced technology, and they can go into like a sleep state, right? All right, bro. What you say, Rod?
I said that's stasis.
Oh, yeah, stasis. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Let's take two more questions and we will wrap it up.
Yeah, everybody wrap it up, man. We already about 2 hours and 30 minutes almost in. Drop a question in the chat. We'll take 2 questions and we'll get up out of here.
Somebody keep asking the one question about Ukraine firing the U.S. missiles into Russia. Who else missiles they gonna fire? Who armed Ukraine?
Yeah,
America arms Ukraine. They about to get cut off. Israel is too, but Israel lasts because they represent the great imposter. Right? So when you realize that all this stuff is to steal our birthright over here so that they can steal all of the tribes of the earth birthright.
Yeah.
This is the final showdown, the final conflict, the battle of Armageddon. It ain't even got to be bloody warfare. It's a military strategy. Who's the most strategic? Who's able to see through the BS the best? Who's able to deceive the most? Who's able to see through the deception? It's a chess game. Right. Multi-dimensional chess game. Multi-generational chess game. When you know where all your pieces was at on the board, when you look back, you know where they at in the future. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is move the pieces accordingly. It's a piece of information on the bottom of each piece that tell you what you need to do in order to advance the piece. It's called directions. Everybody can't follow directions is the number one problem we face. This is why nobody wants you to tell them that.
Right.
Because everybody think they know everything already.
Right.
So when somebody like we sit here and we do these classes, you got the hecklers that come in the crowd trying to disrupt us because they don't want the people that's in the crowd listening. They want to distract them with the shenanigans and the comments so that they can miss the message.
Yeah.
They just come to cause the chaos. But we chaos magicians, so we use it to our advantage so that nobody can't miss out on nothing.
Right.
We adjust and overcome. Right? No retreat, no surrender. Full steam ahead, balls to the wall. Platinum back gorilla rage in this place.
Yeah.
Let them get it. How they get it. You don't gotta like it, but you're gonna learn to love it because when it's all said and done, the underdog on top now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've been winning for where people don't know, but they don't. Everything that the people that came before us was saying about how this all ends, it's happening right now. Like I can see like what Elijah Muhammad said in the fall of America about the fall of the dollar. All it's like it's happening right now, like as we speak. It's all happening.
Yep. Matter of fact, they already gave a Federal Reserve deadline for fiat notes before they shift over the system.
Yeah.
Now remember, the system is going to shift over before they get rid of the fiat note.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The deadline is January the 1st. So we know we're going to have a new currency come 2026.
Yeah, they already switched a lot of banks over already.
Yeah. Did you see they got a whole new like one half of the world is on the old internet and the whole other rest of the world is on the new internet.
Yeah.
They don't got nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a large shift and it's almost complete.
Yeah.
And when it's done, everybody gonna know what happened. They just put out the arrest warrant. They just arrested what's his name? Comey, the dude from the Russiagate scandal. So the first arrest been made on that. Next thing they're gonna have to, and then Trump just gave orders for the DOJ to go ahead and execute the arrest immediately. He gave that order today on a Sunday. Or it might have been yesterday on a Saturday. But he gave the order to start arresting these suckers immediately, right after they called all of the generals to Quantico. Not Quantico, it's a Marine base. They called them all to the Marine base. I forgot which one it was. But they have never in the history of the country called all of the generals in one place at one time. That's unheard of. Right? But they just did it. Something big about to shift. It's about to pop. I'm waiting on the fat lady to sit down on that pimple.
Hey man, I'm already ready for whatever. I'm ready for whatever. Like C. Murder said, we ready for whatever. I hope Teddy Ready about to clip his wings, touch the sky, bro. I think C. Murder was kind of like psycho a little bit, bro. He's a psycho serial killer a little. Yeah, there's something he said.
Malcolm said it best. If you ain't an angry black man in America, you're an insane black man in America.
Hey, look, what these are? They like Doc said, they don't love you. I mean, they don't love you and they hate you. It's like this. Like Martin Luther King was teaching love, let's hold hands. Let's join together. And bang, they shot him. Malcolm X said, "Hell no!" You see how he going the opposite. Bang, they shot him. So it stands to reason. It don't matter how you go with them. They don't like you anyway. They ain't gonna like you.
The thing is this: you don't want your inferior to muster up the wherewithal to be your superior after you done them wrong, because you don't know how they going. They got a right for revenge if they choose it. You don't know what they gonna choose because of what you done did. Right. So you don't want to give up the power to the people you done did the dirt to. Because if you get the power up to the people you done did the dirt to, you don't know. You like, they at your mercy.
Right.
Right? So they don't want you to join them. So don't talk that peace talk. Shoot them down. But they don't want you to start your own. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, etc., etc. They'll burn you down. Right? If you talk about standing up to them, Malcolm, they will shoot you. Get rid of you. Right? If you make alliances in high places with us, they JFK you. They RFK you.
Yeah.
Right? So it don't matter because they don't want us to get back on top because they say all the stuff we did to them, we don't know what they gonna do to us.
Right.
It don't matter. We gonna do whatever we want to do when we get on top.
Now,
but we ain't gonna do nothing reckless though.
Yeah, right. Right.
Because we follow the matriarchal order, and the matriarchal rules say getting rid of this person gonna benefit or hurt the community. Right? If it's gonna benefit the community, arrivederci, off the cliff you go. Yeah. If leaving you around gonna benefit the community, well, we got to figure out a reformation plan. We got to change your mindset and get you to bump straight. Because if you don't bump straight, even if you benefit the community, you off the cliff you go. But if you ain't gonna benefit the community in no kind of way, and you on that list, off the cliff you go, out the gate, ain't nothing to talk about. But if it's a benefit the community can draw from you, and you willing to reform. But you know what Elijah say, can the devil be reformed? No. It's been tried. Yeah. It's utterly failed. So if he can't be reformed, that means he was a devil to begin with, and he gonna remain a devil, so we gonna give him the devil's reward.
Right.
But if he's able to reform, that means he wasn't never the devil to begin with. He wanted us.
Right. Right. And on that note, we could drop the mic and walk off stage. We had 2 hours and 30 minutes. Hey, y'all, we got 1,800 people in here. Everybody hit that like button right now before we get up out of here. If you want to show Raw, hey, some love, like I say, we want to keep them off the plantation. We're going to have them back as soon as we can. We got the Cash App right here dropped on the screen and the PayPal for the people that was asking. We was dropping it every people was asking. I was just dropping it every 5-10 minutes. But yeah, everybody send them $5 right now. Put them in the game. If you want to show them $25, whatever you want to do, man. You know, if you feel in your heart. What else we gotta say? I was gonna ask you something else before we get out of here, bro. It was something about maybe it wasn't supposed to ask you right now about it. I'm gonna write. I think I might have wrote down.
In between these dimensions and what that means for us, Rod.
So, you know, they talk about the veil in masonry.
A lot,
The lifting the veil of the shrine, the sacred shrine of the Black Madonna.
Yeah.
The tomb of Hiram and Biff, all of them is behind the veil.
Yeah.
Right? There's all concepts that's actually formulas for physics problems. We really looking at it being translated into our modern language from ancient times using the symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the symbol carried the original meaning into the future, but it's like when everybody telling the same story and you go around the room, it don't come back like it started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the symbol remains the focal point to keep people looking at it for what it is instead of what the illusion is telling them it is. So the one thing we do, if we want to know what's behind the veil, first we have to understand the veil itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The veil is part of the Kali Yuga time cycle that put us in the sleep state as the gods, the resting state for the gods. So all of the gods been working for trillions of years, and then all of a sudden the superior gods say, go take a nap. You need some rest. So you go through the Kali Yuga, which is the state of ignorance, the darkness of the mind. So the darkness of the veil comes from the emptiness of space that resides as mind, where mind got to fill the space and build the diagrams, which is the physics formulas to put everything back in order within the mind, the same way it's put together outside the mind, and use the inner self as a mirror for the outer self. So it's telling you principles of high magic, but it's simplifying them where you could just tell somebody that the veil itself is telling you how to lift it by learning certain key magical practices, right? Or mathematical studies. So it's hardwired into everything, right? But it's scattered out to you have to get to a certain level of recognition that you can see it being reflected in all of the things around you. Right? Then you start tracking it back to try to find out the source. Where did this come from? Once you find out the source, when it happened, what did it mean? So while you learning and understanding that there's certain practices that's required to lift the veil or rent the veil is what they call it. Right? These practices are all mentalism. They all deal with powers of the mind, being able to align your inner world to your outer world until you can melt away the ripples in the current.
Indeed. Yo, did anybody here at like the 3-minute mark when Ra was talking, it sounded like this nigga was on a spaceship, and it was like it sounded like real like an alien was behind him talking. Y'all can rewind it and listen, but underneath him it sounded like an alien, like a spaceship or something. Did y'all hear that? it was yeah, like the 3-minute mark, right? Rod, where you at, man? Cause you ain't got the camera. You on a spaceship, Rod? Where Rod at? They done abducted him. Rod, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my brother David heard it. See, David was like, I heard it. Yeah, somebody said like digital artifacts. What was that, Rod? We think there's some shit going on. Or I'm just being a conspiracy theorist, man. What's going on?
Look, everything in the world is holographic by nature.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. That's that talk. That's that.
This
talk.
is one of the ways you understand the veil.
Yeah.
Michael Talbot, Holographic Universe. Remember?
Yes, got it. Bobby Hemming told me to get that book. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you understand how a holographic projector works?
Yeah, somewhat. Every piece of the hologram has the whole hologram within it.
That's the fractals of the hologram.
It's the fractals. Okay.
Right. The fractals are like the pixels on your phone that come together to form the whole image.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The fractals is coming together to form the image of everything in the universe.
Mm.
Now, if you take one fractal, everything in it is the same information that's in the whole of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
That means that each fractal has enough information in it to explain everything.
Indeed.
But we got to first understand the smallest part first.
Right.
So when we're looking at lifting the veil, we're trying to get the mind. Right? Remember they say in the New Testament it say, let this mind be in you, which was in Christ Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what does it say? Who thought not it to be a sin to make himself equal with God.
God, yeah.
And he was made so by the thinking of the mind. Right? So you want this mind to be in you. If you don't think like a God, you will never understand what God thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You'll always be behind the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So when you want to lift the veil, you got to start asking yourself, because remember, you can't lie to yourself.
Nope. Mm-mm.
You lie to everybody else.
I talk about that. People lie like
you can't lie to yourself, because as soon as you try to lie to yourself, guess who already know you lying? You already know you lying. Right? So you can't lie to yourself, because you have to have the inner dialogue to come up with the story that's going to be the perfect lie, or so you think it's the perfect lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That means you had to first, you and your inner self had to concoct this story.
Right.
It's the same with the external world. Whatever it is going on inside of you, working with the other pixel projectors, y'all are telling the same story.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time.
Same time.
Right? But then the wave that moves through the pixels, like the sun moved across the earth, when the waves move across the pixels, the ones that's not getting the direct light not lit. And you can still use the darkness in order to use it as a backdrop to line in the color. All of the colors that's being projected is continuing upon being overlaid over a dark screen. Right? Because when you look at the streamers in the Matrix, you see the neon green, but you're not paying attention to the background black.
Right.
Okay, now when you look at the picture behind you now through the screen, you're not realizing that it's being reflected off the pitch of the dark black.
Mm-hmm.
If you zoom in between the pixels or the pixels on the screen of the photograph, the further you get in, you find out that it's more black there than it is actual color.
Mm.
Dark matter, right? And this is the composition of what the veil made of. The dark matter of the mind, subconscious mind. So we all be put under a hypnotic spell, right? The hypnotic spell make us believe that everything we agree to is what we projecting out, never knowing that we projecting out not what we agreed to, but what we was told to accept. Once we realize that we weren't projecting their reality for them, we can hijack their system by projecting our own reality. This is why you need leaders. Leaders give you a focal point to put the energy so that you can know who winning the game.
Rod, let me ask you this, Rod. With the information you're talking about, we're talking about the thinning of this veil. One of the words that we hear continuously is the ascension of the soul, and how our spirit is. People talk about ascension symptoms, ascension this, ascension that. What word is better to describe what we're experiencing right now, Rod? Would you say ascension, or would you say remembering? What word do you think is better suited for what we're experiencing right now at this time?
We're graduating. Everybody's graduating from a different class, but we all graduating.
But we all graduate, but just different classes, you're saying?
Yeah. Imagine a K through 12 one school.
Yeah.
We all in the same school. And we all get a graduation ceremony, but we only notice the ones for the 5th grade graduation and for the high school graduation. We remember them, but we remember we've been passed up class to class from the beginning.
I thought deaf was graduation.
That's the final graduation. That's when you exit the school.
Right, okay.
Right? But while you're in the school, you graduate from grades.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, now, and to put it in terms that a traveling man can understand, we call it putting it in degrees. Now you got 3 degrees of Blue House Masonry in the Prince Fellow Craft Master Mason. But when you get to the Scottish Rite, then you got over 32 degrees to contend with. Plus, you got an honorary 1 1/3 that was given to the 33 1/3 in order to make him be above freezing at 32 degrees. Right? So we master flipping by unraveling the meaning of the veil and then telling you what it's telling you that you're looking at.
Got you. That
makes
right sense.
So all of the traveling men right now is in utter amazement because they thought that the degrees that they was getting was making them important in the brotherhood. But it wasn't the degrees they was getting, it's what they did to get the degree that gave them value. Right?
You know, can you hear me, Rod? Because it sounded like he was breaking up. Can you hear me? And I think he's, for some reason...
Hold on a second, Brother Rick.
Okay. You give Rod Hayes a second, family. Let the brother get a brother a second. All right. But shout out to everybody in the chat. We almost had 2,000 in the chat. Great way to start the show so far. Yeah, the veil is thinning. And I know y'all hearing and seeing things and feeling things that y'all haven't felt before in your lives. This show is really to let y'all know that y'all not going crazy, regardless of what the world and society tells you. Maybe some of y'all might be a little crazy. Everybody's a little bit crazy. A little crazy is good in a world that's crazy. But don't worry about it, y'all. We are
listen.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you back? What's up, brother?
Look, sane people look insane to people that's insane.
There you go.
Insanity can be manufactured and given to you as a contagious aberration.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about contagion, aberration, and Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they don't tell you that the different people can give you their thought form. It's the egregore at that point.
Mm.
They infecting you with an egregore that in Dianetics is called an Ingram, but
Ingram.
it's an Ingram.
Mm.
And the Ingram is the negative thought form that puts you a bad operating system in your mainframe. So you go back to the computer principle, um, garbage in, garbage out. So if you know how to disrupt the program, this is where you dumping the garbage in at.
Right.
It's the breach in the wall. You're giving it to somebody as a thought form based on your character and disposition,
Mm.
right? So they sitting there and they listening to you talk your talk, but you influencing them to get the Ingram in by inferring what you believe and let their mind take it from there and they can slightly twist it to fit their own narrative
Right.
because they still got to fill in the blanks,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when the understanding of how it works becomes known to the people, it make it easier to see through the deception. The problem is that when they first see it, they don't believe that they seeing what they seeing. When they exactly what you see, the
Right.
level of corruption you see is worse than that.
Mm.
No matter how bad you think it is, it's worse. The level of human trafficking that you think it is, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much worse than what they doing in their adrenochrome factories and underground torture cities, right? It's so much worse because our mind, the regular person with a good, generous heart, they mind don't think people think that wickedly.
Right.
But all it is the extreme opposite of the good and the good people.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have the law opposites in the realm of polarity, right? The polarity comes in, and now we're talking about what basically call your right severity and mercy. Why do they call them severity and mercy? Because you learn between the buffer and the stressor. The mercy is the thing you want to move toward. It's the buffer. And the stressor is the stuff you want to move away from,
Right.
right? And that's the stressor.
Right. Right. Right.
So if you want to teach somebody something, you expose them to both of them repeatedly, and they 9 out of 10 gonna pick the right one based on what they trying to do.
Indeed. Rod, I want to ask you, in terms of the veil being thin, and people can feel certain things that they didn't feel. I notice sometimes when I wake up, Rod, when my spirit returns to this realm, sometime when I wake up from it could be an intense dream, or it could just be a certain type of sleep, and I wake up and I got this eerie feeling, and I'm like, and I feel like I'm still in between worlds, and I feel like I got a lot of control over this realm because I'm like Neo in the Matrix almost. That it's like that first hour or some shit like that. I want to know that feeling. Is that going to be like a all day feeling for us? The more the veil thins, like we're sort of like this eerie in between world feeling where we're totally not here. Is that how we would describe that feeling when the veil gets extremely thin and the worlds merge?
Well, we all have inner talents,
Mm.
either skills that we develop or talents that we brought from past lives that we were born doing, right? The lifting of the veil is about the awakening of the mind. So the mind going through the Kali Yuga, the dark state.
Wait, hold up, Rod. They saying our mics are going in and out. It's I listen, family. I hear Rod fine. How is it with y'all? The mic situation. So both me and Rod are breaking up.
That could be the YouTube.
The sound is bad. Hey Rod, let's both go out and come back in.
Okay.
See if that helps. All right. All right. Yeah. Rod, you hear me, my brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Yeah. Look, people are saying I was good. So it's just some people. Then it's not every. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, it's just some of y'all. All right. Y'all good? Okay. All right, Rod, go ahead, my brother.
What was we on?
Yeah, I'll ask you that question about waking up and having that eerie feeling the first hour I'm awake where I feel like I'm in between worlds, but that feeling doesn't last the whole day. It's just for that first hour I'm awake. And I want to know, is that feeling something that we would experience throughout the course of the entire day? Because the veil is so thin and the worlds are more joined together.
So the reason why it's the first hour after you wake up is called a serotonin response.
Serotonin response. Okay.
Right. Now remember, during the day, your serotonin is going to convert to melatonin. As you move through your day, the melatonin is going to be reconverted back into serotonin. Right? It's going to be feeding you back through your endorphins as serotonin, the happy hormone. Right? But once you then went through the course of the day and you use it almost all up, you have to use your sleep to build your serotonin levels by converting the melatonin back into serotonin. You get me?
Yeah.
Okay, now, it's the same when you waking up. You're going to have that serotonin rush when you first wake up. Because you coming out of you ever see when they tranquilize one of those elephants and they give them the shot to wake them up? That sucker be laying there and then he just pounce up like he was never down.
Right.
Right, that's the serotonin response. So it gives you that rush of energy for the day, but you can carry the energy if you practice carrying the energy throughout the day. It'll just be natural. You have to first study it. What do I experience in it? Once you can identify all of what you're experiencing in that feeling, then you can practice it any time of the day until you make it into a habit. And then you'll be able to have that sensation as long as you know you gotta feel this way, you gotta be thinking this, you gotta be disconnected from this bullshit over here and disconnected from that bullshit, and I feel like I'm free. I feel like I'm floating through heaven. Right? You can keep that energy all day. You can use it. They call it shifting to the zone. This is when you learn to use your focus energy to put it into the investment of accomplishing the goal. You go into the zone. You heard about the athletes that go into the zone, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about. It's the same thing. But when you live in your challenging life, you will always have the serotonin response that you stepping into the combat zone. You building up the energy, you burning off the excess, you exchanging the energy equally, and this is how you maintain the balance in your serotonin melatonin ratios. And then the side effect is to give you this feeling that this is the best feeling I ever had. I could take on anything. Right? Here's down, I take on anyone. But it's the energy exchange that's taking place through you love the life you live, so you create more of that so that you can have more of a loving life.
Right.
I tell the warriors, turn your war story into a love story.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason you're here. But for the gardeners, right, I tell them to turn their gardening story into a love story.
Right.
It's the same principle. Whatever story you live in, at the end, you want to turn into a love story. Right? Because once you turn it into a love story, you change all of the negative meanings of life to work for the positive outcome of concluding on a love story. So you guys like watching a love story in a movie. You got to have the meeting, the introduction, the build up, Then you got to round out to the finale.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a love story.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at your life. You went through this. I came up from out of that. I moved over here and I moved out of that. And then you find the love story in it.
Mm. Rob, with the veil getting thin, they said when the veil was thin before, people would see all types of creatures that we hear about in books. I want to ask you, Rob, you ever had experiences with fairies and stuff like that? You know how we hear about
All the
fairies?
time.
So yeah, what's your experience? Damn, you
Listen.
said that. You said all the goddamn. I didn't expect you to say.
Look, brother Rich, remember I told you before. I said in this part of the earth realm where we at now, in this reality, nobody's allowed to come in a mythical form. You remember me telling you that?
Yes, you told me that plenty of times. Yes, indeed.
Right. They look human because they take on a human form. The fairies, the gnomes, the water sprites, the fire sprites, they take on human bodies in the realm of the humans because we're the highest evolved creatures, closest to God walking the earth. And when they come in out of the mythical plane, that's what they call it. Because this is where all of the myths is kept alive. The energy just transfer into the human arena, so we can play mortal humans.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them still there. Your unicorns, your fairies, your leprechaun is the Bantu people that was living in Ireland when the Catholic Church was murdering them all. That's why they say they killed the snakes, because the women wore snake armbands and the men wore the snake headband.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
He didn't kill shit. Ain't no snakes. And wasn't no snakes in Ireland. There's no history of snakes in Ireland. There's no fossil record of a snake ever being in Ireland.
Damn.
So what snakes was old St. Patrick killing then? If it ain't never really been no snakes there, and he was made a saint by the Catholic Church for killing snakes, what snakes is he killing? What kind of serpents is these he's killing?
Right. Damn.
They're called Nagas. Nagas.
And that's a people.
Yep, that's the ancient royal families of the earth. The Nagas. Their descendants is the Amaru Khan.